I lead ThinkMates based out of T Hub, Hyderabad. ThinkMates, as you know, is a e-learning platform. We teach business analytics, data science, and we help bridge the gap between the industry and the academia, right? What industry wants. So often I visit different colleges in Hyderabad. Some are engineering colleges, some are MBA colleges. And last Thursday, I visited St. Mary's College near Ramoji Film City. And in colleges, when I interact with HODs, TPOs, principals, most of them are saying that since 2023, the hiring and campus placements have been really, really tough and subdued, nowhere near to the highs that we witnessed in the earlier years. And most of the passed out students don't know where to start to get their foothold in this exciting world of business or secure job in this extremely, extremely difficult market scenario. So most of them are saying that how can they build, how can they even start, how can they utilize their time now and start applications in a structured way. How can they plan to secure a job in a tier one firms, top tier firms? Because everyone's dream or every student's dream is to secure a job in the best of best firms. So is it even possible in such an economic scenario? And if yes, how to go about it? Because a lot of students have already passed out, they are clueless. Students studying in fourth year are still in that very, very stressful scenario and they are still having jitters. How do they secure a job in the best of companies? So I just thought that I'll make a quick video today just for helping folks to understand that it's not too late and economic scenarios, economic cycles will keep happening, right? There will be always a upturn, there will be a downturn. But if we can build our resumes and portfolio and make it extremely resilient to the toughest of toughest economic scenarios, then obviously we will, on a long-term basis, we will have already seen a downturn, economic downturn, and our resume and portfolio will be career proof for future shocks that may come during the course of career. So it's extremely, extremely important to stay focused, stay disciplined, and plan for it. So without further ado, let me just share tips. I have more than 16 years of experience, worked in companies like Mahindra, Godrej Group. I led my own startup for 5 years in food tech space called Homely now. And I want to leverage all that experience across retail, manufacturing, automotive, food and beverages, and share a few insights to all of you so that you don't feel that you're lost out or left out with so many graduates applying for so few jobs. Where do you stand and how do you actually get going? So firstly, I want to assure you that it's not too late at all. uh, we are all in the same boat. Economic downturns will happen. That's just a part of the game, right? So our job is to keep trying, keep applying, keep learning new things in a structured way. And 100%, take it from me, the economic downswing started in October 2021. Maximum 3.5 years, the cycle has to change, right? So I can predict that January 2025, this cycle, the downturn will now start into upswing. So don't worry, we are very, very near to the end of this downturn, especially in the technology sector. And coming January 2025 onwards, you will start seeing a bull run in the job market, and you'll start seeing a lot of companies hiring new talent with new profiles which never existed before. So keep your motivation up. 100% things are going to change. And let me share my experience, which can probably help you get a foothold and build your career in and achieve your dream of securing a dream job in tier one companies. So let me share my screen. This is not exactly a career counseling, but just sharing my experience and giving you that kind of a guidance. So let me share my screen and let's begin. So we are from analytics background. So most of the points that I've listed here are from an analytical perspective. Let's say if I want to build my career in this exciting world of analytics and I want to secure job in tier one firms like Deloitte, KPMG, Accenture, PwC, or even McKinsey for that matter, where do I start? I'm an recent pass out, maybe 2023, 2022, 2024, and I'm absolute fresher. I don't know where to start. Obviously, I learned certain subjects during my engineering days or during my graduation days, but as far as securing a job in tier one firm is concerned, where should I start? And that's the first point that we want to understand. So all of you can see my screen. All of you are able to see my screen. Perfect. So first thing is in the world of analytics, focus on building strong foundations in core subjects of mathematics, statistics, and obviously CSE fundamentals, particularly with statistical programming languages like Python and R. These are essential for understanding underlying concepts of data science. When I say core subjects, out of it, if this is 100%, then mathematics and statistics and data science is almost 35%. If you're strong in mathematics and statistics, Python is extremely easy. It's a cakewalk. Python with practice, anyone can learn. It's a very, very easy tool if you know the underlying concept of statistics and mathematics. And what do I mean by underlying concept is you should know the foundational clarity, what it means. For example, if I say, what is a linear regression analysis? Using linear regression trend line, can I predict future? And I want to understand the relationship between the two variables. Let's say one of them is independent variable, one of them is dependent variable. Dependent variable depends on independent variable. But these concepts, how do I apply in real life is the crux of the game. Can I understand, can I play this game of understanding how these concepts can actually materialize in real life? So let's take, I'm a farmer and my yield or a crop production depends on the rainfall, average rainfall that I get in the 4 months from June to September. Let's say we are in a production of paddy. Paddy is nothing but rice. So paddy crop production is depending on an independent variable called rainfall. That's the equation. And I obviously input these variables. So one is independent variable rainfall, one is paddy crop production, which is dependent variable. And I input that in the regression trend line y is equal to mx plus c. Most important thing to analyze here is in a real life situation, there are no only two variables. When we learn theory, we learn it in a vacuum, as if only these two variables are there. But in real life context, there are thousands of other variables. It's always a multivariate equation in real life because rainfall is just one of the parameter which may influence the paddy production or a yield of a crop. There are thousands of other factors, right? What kind of fertilizers I'm using? Do I have a mechanized equipment to actually farm such a huge area that I have, such a huge landmass that I have? Is there a labor shortage I'm facing? Are people going on vacations? Is there advocate grants I'm receiving from government authorities? Is there any subsidies I'm receiving? Is there a proper warehousing facility where I can store my already harvested crops? All of these factors in real life will define the overall yield or the paddy production. It's not just a rainfall. And that is what I want you guys to understand. Whenever you learn any tool, try and apply that in a real life situation, real life context. Because when you start applying things to real life context, your foundational clarity will be tested. and it will be much more clearer. So that's the first thing I wanted you guys to focus on, especially in the world of analytics. Three things are most important: mathematics, statistics, Python. One of the programming language, statistical programming language, it can be Python, R, or SAS. I'll recommend Python. So that's how you start building your portfolio. Second point I wanted to share is any recruiter wants to see not the quantum of knowledge that you have, but the application of knowledge. Can you apply whatever you have learned to solve real world problems? So, how do I demonstrate that? I can demonstrate that by doing internships, projects, part time roles, where I can showcase that this is how, in a real world problem solving, I have applied whatever I learned. So, if you want to build a career in analytics, obviously you look for opportunities to work on data related projects to gain practical experience, because right now most important thing is to gain experience. Forget the stipend, forget paid, unpaid, nothing matters. Only thing matters is the practical experience and the exposure. Can we learn? This is our time. Only thing that we have in abundance is a time, right now, and we want to maximize and optimize every second of it so that we can add something on our CV. So gain practical experience. And what do I mean by that is, I'll just give a very simple example. I remember after 12th standard exam, there were 3 4 months before engineering admission started, and we had a break, and I had developed a homemade transistor which actually captured the radio signals of All India radio. So I had a homemade frequency modulator. I had bought certain few local parts from a local hardware shops, right? And assembled. Obviously, it was not a finished product. It was just a prototype, ugly looking prototype. But my only objective is to capture All India radio signals through that transistor. And physics was always my favorite subject. So physics was always my favorite subject. I scored 98% in 12th standard in physics out of 100. I was topper in physics in my college across all branches. But end of the day, 98% marks in physics has zero value. To be very, very frank, in across, if I see 18 years of career, nobody asked me and nobody bothered how much marks I have scored. But the project essentially gave me lifetime of my learning. That project, in every interview, I definitely talk about that project, right? Whether it's a summer internship interview, whether it's a final placement interview, whether it's my MBA interview, whether it's post MBA getting an offer, whether it's even after 10 years changing a career, I always talk about that project. So, because that is something I had built from my own hands. And when I actually built it, I realized my 12th standard physics knowledge was never gonna be enough. So I had to study actually third year and fourth year triple E engineering subject books, which were this fat. I had to actually go through third year electrical engineering books. I used to go to a library, sit, study, decode the mathematical equations, and then try to apply it in a practical concepts, because you if you really want to capture the signals, you have to understand the frequencies, you have to understand how the trigonometry works, you have to understand how the sinusoidal wave works. So that is the impact of doing something with your own hands. Your foundational clarity of a subject is tested. And that's what recruiter wants. It's not what you know, it's how you can apply what you know to solve a real world challenge. And trust me, guys, that these kind of projects will get you jobs 100%. Because every interview I bring it, even after 15 years, let's say if I go for any other interview, I will bring that project up. That's so special to me. So try and gain, demonstrate application of knowledge. How do you do that? By doing internships, part-time projects, corporate projects, live projects. Don't look for a stipend right now. Just focus on learning, learning, learning. Right now, the only commodity we have as right now is the time, and we need to optimize every second of it. Third tip I wanted to share is learn data science tools and technologies. Obviously, I'm only talking about building a career in analytics because that's where we come from. So my most of the points might be customized towards building a career in analytics. But if you take one step back and look at all the 7, 8 points that I have, most of the points might be applicable to any career field, not just analytics. Let's say I want to become a front end developer or a full stack developer or a merge stack developer. Or if I want to, not just in IT, I want to pursue other opportunities in different domains, in mechanical, in manufacturing, in banking. Most of the points, 80% of the points will be still applicable in that domain because what I'm sharing is the process, right? Process which is slightly customized towards analytics. So, third point I wanted to share is if you want to pursue a career in data analytics, learn data science tools and technologies. Familiarize yourself with popular technologies. Excel and SQL is must. Anything to communicate with data, this is a foundational language. It's like for learning science, you need English. So English, जैसे data science के लिए Excel and SQL are the foundational language to communicate with data. Second is learn one of the data visualization tools like Power BI, Tableau, Click. Here I'll recommend Power BI because it has the most market share and it's readily available. All organizations use Power BI. And amongst the statistical programming language, one of the statistical programming language you should be well versed with. So, statistical programming language like R, Python, SAS. Again, here I recommend Python because being open source language, it has the most adoption across all geographies, across different sectors. And if you face any query in Python, you can just Google it and you will at least have someone somewhere must have attempted a similar query. So you have a lot of knowledge base and experience, wisdom floating around the internet because it's an open source platform. So in world of analytics, these are the tools that you should learn. And obviously, as you go deeper into data science, certain data visualization libraries like Matplotlib, Seaborn, certain machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow, Scikit-learn is something that you have to build the experience in knowing how the tool works. So that's the third point I wanted to share. Fourth point, in today's extremely competitive world where there is a usage of artificial intelligence in shortlisting the CVs. Most companies are getting not thousands, lakhs of CVs. So how do they shortlist? They give that CVs, soft copies, to an AI model, and AI model scans the CVs and helps the HR shortlist. So one of the things that help you getting shortlisted is the online courses and certifications because it's a third party endorsement that this is something that you actually know and this is something is testified and certified by that company key okay you actually know this thing because you have completed a certification from that platform and some of the platforms like we at ThinkMates will definitely ensure by putting you in a very structured crucible experiences through a project based learning that you actually have to complete a project using your own hands. That is what we call a project based hands on learning. So we will just to ensure that you know the subject, we will get a project done of that subject through you. And that's how we will ensure that you actually know the subject. And then we will issue a certificate only upon you solving a real life problem. So what we do is we apply the problem solving approach. We take any data set uh, uh, and a particular data set from a particular industry from Monday to Friday. And the idea is to solve that Monday to Friday, solve that problem in that particular industry. In the process, learn the tool. So how the project-based learning works is, let's say week one, I want to learn Excel. I will take a problem from a steel industry. I'll take a data set from a steel industry, let's say a supply chain problem. And then I will try to solution it using the tool Excel. So by Saturday, what happens is not only I would have solved that problem, but in the process, I've learned Excel. Secondly, in the process, I've learned about steel industry, because to solution a problem in steel industry, I'll have to learn the KPIs or key performance indicators that are necessary for in the steel industry or in the supply chain. Third, obviously, I learned the supply chain problem solving and learn nuances of supply chain. Fourth, and the most important thing, by Saturday, I have a project on which I have built myself over the last 6 days, which I can showcase it on a platforms like LinkedIn. I have a ready-made project which I can showcase on platforms like LinkedIn and announce the project on Sunday that, hey, last 5 days I was working on this project. This was the problem statement given. This is my approach. This is the solution. And if the solution is implemented at a massive level, this is the potential impact it can have. If every Saturday or Sunday, I keep announcing such projects on LinkedIn and GitHub. GitHub is also, not many people know that GitHub is a marketing tool. You can actually not only create your project libraries, you can use it as a platform for marketing. And that will give you a very, very strong portfolio, project portfolio on not just GitHub and LinkedIn, because every Sunday you're announcing, but on your CV, it, there's a very, very high chance that the AI models will shortlist your CV for the further rounds. And obviously, if you get a chance for an interview, then you have already nailed it, because you have so many projects to talk about in the process, right? In the interview, because that's what recruiter wants. They want to see the application of learning, not the learning directly. And practical hands-on learning, they give maximum emphasis on these things. So focus on these things as far as your learning is concerned. Uh, so, like I said, ThinkMates focuses on hands-on project-based learning. There are other free courses or platforms as well. We even at ThinkMates have a couple of free courses, which are 2-day certified certification courses that I definitely want you guys to go for it. These are called live demo sessions. Basically, there is a 2-day program on business statistics. You should definitely explore that. That will give you at least a credence and some sort of certification or an endorsement that the foundational knowledge on a particular subject is being learned by a particular student. So there are many online courses also I wanted to recommend. Some of the free courses are shared by Google. Some of the free courses are shared by LinkedIn. And especially courses like Learning Data Analytics by Robin Hunt or Introduction to Data Visualization are excellent starting points. These will cover foundational concepts on Excel and Power BI, and these are the best for beginners. And these also offer certification after successful completion. So what I recommend is you can take courses on LinkedIn, you can take courses on Google, and you can come to ThinkMates for applying whatever you learned on Google and LinkedIn free of cost. How do you apply in a real life scenarios? Because at ThinkMates, we will only teach you practical application to build your resume, which can get shortlisted and where you can crack interviews. So some of the things I'm just showing it here. These are the courses name. You can search it on the LinkedIn, and I'll just quickly show you which are the websites which will help you in taking these courses. So let me just share my screen. Obviously, in Google search free Google data analytics course, you will get that. I'll just try and show you the website as well. So there are a lot of free learning resources available, and it's important for us to keep checking these websites. So let me share my screen. Are you able to see this? So how do I access free resources by LinkedIn? I first go and sign in to my account on LinkedIn. I go to a top search bar and I just search LinkedIn Learning. This is the first search keywords that you need to input, and you will get a lot of results. All of these are free courses, self-paced courses, recorded videos that you can learn at your own free time. It's showing me 561 results. Then how do I filter it? So I click on a button called all filters. What I will do is here I will put beginner because right now we are at a beginner level. We want to just start from a foundational level. In the software, I'll click Python. I'll click, let's say, uh, Microsoft Excel. I'll click Microsoft 365 Office. I'll click Power BI. I'll click Jira, AI skills, and I'll ask him to show the results. So what I did is I just went to the filters and selected few things. So this video is recorded, so you can also do that. And I'll get list of 9 courses which can just help me even start. See, the idea of this is not to give you, this is the only thing you do that and you will 100% be successful. That's not the purpose of the video. The purpose of the video is help you at least give you a pathway where to start. So take these 9 courses. If you see the time duration, one course is 29 minutes, one is 35 minutes, one is 2 hours, maximum it's 2 hours. Rest of them is less than half an hour. So just do it for free of cost. It's absolutely free. Some of the courses will also have a certificate from LinkedIn Learning. And see, at this point, try and get as many certificates as possible, whether they are from Google, whether they are from LinkedIn. Just try and get as many certificates as possible. Let me show you uh, uh, another example, and of course, try and get certificates from ThinkMates as well, because in industry we are known that once you get a certificate from ThinkMates, obviously we will have tested your practical skills. So let me share my screen again. I want to show you a Google page as well, so that uh, will be helpful for you. One sec. So I'm just sharing my screen. This is the thing. Just give me a one sec. Let me share it again. Yeah, I'm just sharing it. So Google also has a lot of free online resources. Our job is to just keep accessing them as much as possible. So this is one of the hack, right? Try and keep building your project portfolio, try and learning new skills. Go to this site, grow.google. This is the URL. You can copy paste the URL or search directly on Google. Free data analytics course on Google, and you will see a lot of certification course. Not all of them are free. Now, I explored the Google site. Only one or two are free. Why not explore that? And even if something is not free, if you find some courses valuable, I am talking from a analytical perspective, but there are many courses on other career paths as well, like cybersecurity is there, AI essentials is there, uh, advanced data analytics, which belongs to our field, business intelligence belongs to our field. So you can explore what all things are there. Digital marketing is also there, and of course, data analytics. So I just wanted to share this on how do you proceed and how do you actually create that impact. This was very, very important from my side to basically share and help you understand. So let me go back to my Word document again. So this is the process of searching the free resources on LinkedIn, on Google, and try and search for these kind of courses. Learning Data Analytics by Robin Hunt, Introduction to Data Visualization. It's basically an excellent starting point for beginners. Next thing, the fifth thing that I want to recommend is try and connect with professionals who are more experienced than you, who are, let's say, 15 years, 20 years experience in the domain that where you want to build a career. Let's say I want to build a career in data science. I want to interact with professional who is a more than 10 years experience in that field, because I want to understand how the day in a life goes by for a data scientist, right? Even at a fresher level, at a 5 year experience level, at a 10 year experience level. Because only when I understand the day in the life, then I can make a judgment that whether this kind of a career is suited for my personality, whether I am cut out for that kind of a career, and will I love doing this kind of thing for a sizable period in the future, let's say 10 to 15 years. If the answer is yes, please, with full heart, with full gusto, you should pursue that kind of a career, because now you have a practical guidance. What happens in real life? What happens in real life in these job roles is very, very different than what happens, what you might imagine as a student. So try and attend industry events, workshops, seminars uh, to network with these professionals. Try and attend the college festivals as well, because some of the events in college festivals are sponsored by corporates and startups, and some of the competitions get judges are from top management in startups and corporates. So you can basically get hold of them, these people there, and try and build a network. In physical events, consulting companies like Deloitte, PwC, Accenture, every time they have some other event every quarter in all metros in India. Every quarter they have across 6 metros in India, they will have one or the other event. Go to their website, find out the next event. Even if it's a paid event, please go ahead and attend it. At least you will try and exchange cards with very, very knowledgeable, very, very experienced folks from the industry. Because for these reputed brands, they obviously attract industry professionals of more than 15 years of work experience. And if people ask me, how do you connect people on LinkedIn? So I want to pursue a career as a data analyst. Where do I start? So first thing I wanted to recommend is connect with data analysts or data scientists and top firms, Amazon, Google, Mu Sigma. There are many other firms. Send them a connection request. Just don't send a blanket connection request. Have a personalized message to express genuine interest in their work. Tell them why you are connecting with them, that you are seeking genuine guidance on pursuing a career in that field. Out of the 100 people that you send, at least 5, 6 people will respond. There will be 90% of people will not respond. That's okay. That's part of the game. But 5, 6 will respond. So that many requests you will have to send with a very, very personalized message. So also follow certain LinkedIn influencers, Kazi, Cozy Cove, chief decision scientist at Google. So Cassie keeps on posting a lot of things, a lot of new things in data-driven decision making. So large language models, even if even before ChatGPT got launched, if you see on her LinkedIn profile, she had made a lot of posts on large language models and AI. Kirk Bond, another data science leader you should follow on big data analytics. Bernard Marr is another one, globally recognized futurist and a strategist, and a keynote speaker on data analytics and AI, because he's a futurist, right? So 10, 15 years back only he had predicted how the AI world will be shaping us and doing so many things in our day-to-day life. So follow these people. You will get a lot of very, very good content and a perspective how these people think to build a career in analytics or AI. Top LinkedIn groups to follow: Data Science Central. There is a group called Data Analytics, Big Data, and Data Science. Just search these groups and start uh, getting added in these groups. Business Intelligence and Analytics, Power BI. There are thousands of groups. I've just listed few groups for your perusal, so that at least somewhere you should start, and you will get a lot of very, very good material. Lot of people are contributing actively in these groups. So how do you stay relevant is also an active participant. Active participation only will help you stay relevant on the LinkedIn algorithm. So LinkedIn algorithm works on how much you engage with others' content in terms of comments, in terms of shaping and sharing your views, as well as how many posts or articles or insights on topics which are in interest of you, that you share to the larger community. So keep sharing articles, topics, your project, the project that you're doing on a weekly basis. Please keep sharing on them on LinkedIn. That will give you immense credibility on the platform. Next thing, like I said, work on personal project, undertake personal project or participate in competitions like Kaggle. Go to a kaggle.com, start building your Kaggle project portfolio, because Kaggle has thousands of real world data sets from different employers free of cost. You can download a data set and start solutioning the problem. And you can apply the same strategy how we apply in ThinkMates in project-based learning, right? How do I build a self project library? How do I plan my self-learning goals? Let's say next week I want to learn Python, very, very specific goal. I download a case study, let's say from food delivery sector of Swiggy, and Monday to Friday, be very, very strict. This particular data set, this particular case study, I have to solve in 5 days only using Python. So download it from kaggle.com, the data set. Try and solution Monday to Friday using Python. You will have a lot of queries in between. You will get stuck. Ask internet, Python being open source, you will get answers. Ask community members. If by Saturday you manage to complete a project, announce it on LinkedIn. This is a project I work. This was a problem statement. This is my approach. This is my solution. And if this is implemented in real world, this is the quantifiable impact it can have. If you can do this in a year, we have 52 weeks. Even if you can do this for 20 weeks, you have 20 projects on different domains, different technologies. 99.99% your CV will get shortlisted if you have at least 20 projects on your CV. 99.99% you will just sail through the interview, breeze through the interview. Even before interview ask, just start. Okay, I've done project on healthcare industry using SQL. I've done project in food delivery space using Python. I've done Tata Steel project using Excel. If you can just start that, and then let interview ask deeper questions on the project which you yourself have done, you 99.99% you will have cracked any interview. This is a single biggest hack I can give you. Build your project library on GitHub and keep announcing on LinkedIn every week. Suppose if you announce every week on LinkedIn, your active participation algorithm will note your active participation and you will go in the search results, go above in the search results. It will quantify your engagement, right? Every Saturday, you are contributing to the larger community with your project. You will build followers, you'll build that engagement. And when a recruiter wants to search, your name will be there in the search result. Let's say I want to search fresher for data analyst role, your name will be always there. So that's a single biggest hack I wanted to give you. And finally, I'll give you the last but not least hack. Seek mentorship. Find a mentor or an advisor who can provide you guidance, valuable support, and insights. Because of mentorship can make a huge difference in how your career shapes up 10 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Uh, a good mentor can make a huge, huge difference. If you find a good mentor, they can actually plan your career roadmap. This is where you want to go in 10 years' time. You're a fresher right now. What all things you need to do today so that you get here in 10 years' time? To reach here in 10 years' time, this is where you need to reach in 5 years' time. To reach here in 5 years' time, this is where you need to reach in next 3 years or next 12 months. These are the skills you need to upskill. These are things you need to learn. These are the places you need to apply for a job. All of this good mentorship can help you decode and help you analyze and uh, give a solution to you and a guidance to you so that your career ultimately lands up in a very, very lucrative, very a career which has immense growth potential. So you'll end up in a that kind of a career. That's where a mentorship can help. Mentorship can make, trust me, a huge, huge difference. Try and get a person with at least 10 to 15 years of experience as a mentor, or even more for that matter, because that's when they share what has been their career journey and how did they start it, how struggles, what kind of struggles they had to face, right? Everyone has faced challenges and struggles. So try and learn and decode from them. So hopefully these 7 pointers which I shared, this is a recorded stuff, so you can go through it. You can read it also in between. Might just help you crack that first job or secure a first job or get a foothold in a particular industry. I love if you want to pursue a career in analytics. I wish you all the very best. Hopefully, this 7 tips, if you implement, will help you secure your first job in the exciting world of analytics in tier one firms like Deloitte, KPMG, PwC, Accenture, and stuff like that. But even if you don't want to pursue a career in analytics in any other field, if you apply these 7, 8 steps which I shared as a process, 90% of them is even applicable in your field. And hopefully you will secure your dream job in those industries as well. So all wishing you all the very best. That's it from me. Hope this video was useful. Great. If you have any questions, on vikrant.shitole, vikrant.shitole @thinkmates.in, thinkmates.in, thinkmates.in, vikrant.shitole, vikrant.shitole So feel free to reach out to me for any more support or any more guidance, but hope this was useful. All the very best. We are all there. I'm there together in this journey for help you secure your dream job. So I'm always there for the support, and we are all together in this. So don't worry. The silver lining is just 2 or 3 months away. Just persist, just keep trying. Success 100% aana hi aana hai. Thank you. That's it from me.